Okay, we are now live. I'm publishing the links.
Fantastic.
All right, I've gotten the links published over to Shroud of the Avatar IC, and just bouncing that out on my Twitter right now.
Terrific. That would be nice if somebody joined us.
It's always a possibility.
Yeah. I sent a message to Amber, but I haven't heard back. I don't know whether she'll join us or not.
No problem either way.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Well, I'll just do the...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just do the usual intro. Hello, everyone. This is Asclepius with Echoes from the Caverns. Newscast dated September 28, 2018. Echoes from the Caverns is distributed by Stile Teckel, and it's a combined podcast and YouTube video project. Originally created by Lord Baldrith, it's run and managed by Stile Teckel and Asclepius. The background music is by Stephen J. Goldman. Well, how's it going this week, Stile?
Pretty good. Been a busy week. A little bit behind on things. Right. As I was telling you before we got went live, you know, I had a good night's sleep last night, but not 2 days prior to that, and so I don't think it was really enough sleep. So still slow waking up today, even though I've been up for a few hours. After we're done doing this, anxious to dig into work.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes.
Working on some of that backlog.
I keep myself going with coffee. It's wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you had much time in the game this week?
No, hardly none at all. I'm the opportunity yet for reading any of the news. I'm a little bit behind versus normal this week for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna be catching up on a lot of stuff over the next. I'm glad to be home a few days because I really need it.
Yeah. Well,
yesterday I went out. I got up at using my times. I got up at 7 a.m. and a little bit after that, but left town. Did a couple-hour drive where I actually had lunch with Rustic Dragon.
Oh, nice.
Lunch being where he works on his lunch hour. So literally his work lunch. So just a quick, have a bite to eat and say hi sort of thing. And then I had a couple of hours to do a couple of things and then get ready for meeting a friend that was in town. Someone I've known for a while but hadn't had a chance to meet in person yet. So met up with them. Cool things, had a bite to eat, was introduced to one of their friends and just hung out for a bit and then drove home a couple hours. And of course dove into some of the work. And then until I was like, okay, this is it, and done, crashed out. And then so today's kind of a pickup from a couple of days ago, and then pick up all the slack.
Wow. You got a busy life, mate.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when I decide to leave the house. If I just it hurts.
Yes. Okay. Well, I've been having a bit of fun in the game this week. Finally managed to get my enchanting done since I spoke to you last.
Oh, nice. Very good.
So that's great. I have sympathy for all the crafters in the game because I had a whole bunch of bows ready to enchant and masterwork, and out of it all, I got one really superb piece.
Yeah, if you want to go for that ultimate really over the top piece, you have to calculate in a lot of fails.
Oh yes, yes. But I'm walking around.
Usually, if I really, really, really want to make an over the top piece, I plan on making 50 of that item to get the one I want.
Yep, yeah, because as you say, you get a lot of fails, and it hurts.
Well, you're talking making the best that you can be made at that point with a lot of, like you said, a lot of fails. And really you don't need that level for the game. It's nice as at the pinnacle your crafting abilities to work on those sort of over the top pieces.
Oh, it is. That's right. Yes, exactly.
Especially for your own characters to kind of reap the rewards of your skill.
That's right. Exactly. But it feels nice to walk around with a +16 bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been working on a top of the line set like that for Stile for a while, and I couldn't tell you how many pieces of bone armor I've made at this point. I lost count along.
Yes.
I've thrown away probably tens of millions of gold on that.
Ouch. And it takes so much time, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I work on it here and there. I've been doing it for a long time, but it's like the headpiece. You got to go out and you got to get the components, and the drops are rare drops for the bone sets. So
that's exactly right.
Some worse than others. Some worse than others, but
that's true. That is true. Anyway, we have an update and we have a new release, which is pretty nice. It's a big one. It looking good this week.
Through this one, because otherwise we could be here all night.
We could. We better rip through it. Okay, update number 299. We got Taming live stream. We got a signed box edition and a whole lot of other stuff. It's awesome. And as usual, we have game development, we have news, and we have updates. So we'd better crack on, get into it. First up, we have Play Release 58 now, which is what we're doing. And I've had a small opportunity to get into it. It's looking pretty nice already. So it's great. And what's in Release 58? Well, we have wyverns. And I actually saw somebody wandering around Craig's Foothills with one last night. They looked pretty nice too. We got the player mode dungeons. We got more dyeable decorations. We got performance improvements, bug fixes, lead Linux in-game map fix. Now that's going to make a lot of the Linux users very happy.
Yeah, I've seen some people complaining about that from time to time.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it would never work if you were using Linux, but now apparently it does. So that's fantastic. There's loot improvements. We got new weapons, combat balance, a user interface polish, and items from the R54 live stream and the R55 live stream and the R56 live stream. So there's a whole heap of stuff in your bank now.
Yeah, I need to do claim on that stuff. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. And well, the testing incentive winners are there, lot deed raffle winners, and a whole heap more. So there you go. There's a whole new release to play, a lot of new stuff in it, a lot of bug fixes. Get into it. Check out the instructions before you put your hand up and ask silly questions. The instructions are there. As they say, we need your help testing it all, putting more stress on the servers. I know there was another patch out just a very short while ago. So they're getting it all there. And there are links in the news release to the player instructions. Make sure you take the time to read those and known issues, all that sort of stuff. And, well, there's a few comments already. Synergy Blaze says, you've done an amazing amount of work to give us a decent Release 58, given your real-world gremlins. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, yeah, they moved off us this month, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they had an internet outage for a weekend. That was such fun. Not. So Sentinel2 says, I understand how crazy it's been to bring the map into Linux. Works great. Much appreciated. Excellent list of goodies for R58. This is a big release, especially with the player dungeons. That's going to be fun to get into those. Damien Killingsworth says, awesome job, by the way. Best game ever. Pause says, the new weapons and shields look amazing. Get that artist to make some armor sets. And Violet Dionysius says, okay, the shield and the scythe look awesome. I don't know who did those, but make sure he makes more. Elgarian says, again, amazing how much you guys get done in a month. Thanks so much, Portalarium. Can't wait to play with the new Dungeon Builder system. All right, so there you go. There's a bit of feedback from the players. It is heavily appreciated. Very nice. Okay, and first up, we have Wyverns. They are live in Release 58. They're a bit smaller than the full size, the big ones. The smaller versions can be tamed, so you can take one around with you. It takes a lot of work to tame one, but there it is, and there's a beautiful screenshot of it. Ain't that nice? It is lovely. Now, rumours abound that the Dragon Clan of the Norgard Barbarians have done this very thing. So, yeah, beware if you encounter them. So if you go and find some of these barbarians, yeah, they'll probably have pet wyverns as well, who will help to eat you up. Now, dragons are more solitary and intelligent. Wyverns are more communal and pack-like, a little bit similar to wolves. So, yeah, be careful if you see one. There's probably going to be more around.
There's a good example.
Yes. Oh, yeah, lovely. And don't you hate it when 2 or 3 people gang up on you?
That makes the situation a lot more difficult.
It does. I was in Ulfheim this week, one day, and would you believe 2 Reapers ganged up on me?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was evil. And I died very quickly. Yeah. Okay, and beware of the poisonous stinger on their tail. That can drain the health of even the strongest warrior. We got red, purple, orange, and white of them. They've been spotted in the northwest of Novia, but there are tales told of other colours, but they haven't been added to the game yet. So there you are, those fantastic screenshots that you've just sailed through, Stile. Thanks for that. Mm-hmm. They look absolutely brilliant. And I think they're going to be a little bit scary to come in contact with. All right, next we've got our 56 live stream items. Now, these were ether themed. It was to link to this comet that's passing by, getting close, and causing all sorts of weird things. And really, in Release 58, we've added all of their stretch goal items except for the Ether Dragon statue, which is coming in Release 59. And here we have some more screenshots, which are absolutely lovely. Now, notice the static shots don't actually do justice to how amazing they look. So, yeah, even though the screenshots look beautiful, with the clothes, the furniture, the shield, the sword, and the bow, yeah, okay, I will be wearing one of those bows. That's fantastic. The crossbow and the statue, they do look lovely, but when you see them live in game, apparently they're going to look so much nicer. They'll be glowing. So awesomeness stuff, and they've added all of that except the statue this release. That's coming next release. So they have been working really hard to get all this stuff in. So they've actually loaded a whole lot of stuff in for this release. That's fantastic. Okay, and we have new weapons. There are 9 new weapons and corresponding pattern packs to the add-on store, including a Royal Elven Longbow, an Ornate Scythe, which is a spooky recurring job, shields and hammers. And yeah, a few screenshots here, which are going up now. They look really, really good. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. That scythe looks pretty evil and intimidating.
Yes, it does.
Wow. Okay, wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that one. And the maul, the heavy shield, and that Royal Elven longbow. Gee, I really don't know which longbow I'm going to be using now. They all look very nice, don't they?
I'll have to get a couple.
Yeah, I think I will. Yep. Oh, boy. And a mage staff. Yeah, lovely. And the spear. Wow, they are beautiful. All right. And there are more dyeable decorations. They've started down this path, and you can now dye your furniture. And as they go more and more into it, as they said, it's not just a case of, yes, you can start dyeing all your furniture. We'll write 3 lines of code and you can dye everything. Every piece of furniture has to be worked on individually. So they know, they can tell it which bits that you can dye and how it's going to look and stuff like that. So they have to work through them one by one. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but they started out with banners, with the canvas upholstered furniture, the fine white and gold upholstered furniture, and the red upholstered furniture. Okay, they've put 30 more items in this release. Nice. So yeah, someone has been working really, really hard. That is fantastic. And again, more beautiful screenshots here. This is going to look really, really lovely. So this includes pillows, antique furniture, awnings, tents, elven furniture, fine oak furniture, kobold furniture, and beds. So, wow, basically we can go nuts and start dyeing everything. It's going to be beautiful. All right, next item, the taming live stream today, which would have been and gone by now.
Yeah, I saw that the YouTube video has been published for that, so you can go out and catch the YouTube video.
Terrific. That is good. That didn't take very long at all to get up on YouTube.
No, I could be wrong. Maybe it was another video, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know, about an hour and a half before I actually came down to do this, I saw that I had an email from subscribing to it in my email box that it was out there.
Fantastic. Excellent. So if you missed it, it will be on YouTube, and they're all talking about taming. Chris Spears and Brandon Cotton will be showing you how to tame creatures in the game. I think this is going to get more and more popular as the creatures get more and more powerful and scary, especially wyverns. It's something that I haven't even started to think about yet. So I don't know whether I should go in for it. But they show us how the system works, crafting taming collars, taming a creature, and then summoning it to fight for you. They're using some of the latest high-tier tamables like the wyverns and the obsidian bears, to demonstrate. Very nice. And this Friday, as you know, they've altered their stretch goal setup. So every Friday from noon till midnight, any purchase you make goes towards these stretch goals. And
we're at 21,000 right now.
That's pretty darn good. That's great. So this is the first Friday of the month. Any purchase goes towards the stretch goals, and you get all these lovely rewards. And they're giving out prizes as they usually do. And the R58 live stream, which is coming up on October the 4th from 3 to 7 p.m. Central. It's all about dragons. Okay, as you might expect. And most items will be on sale from noon to midnight. All avatars from around the world, welcome to join in the live stream activities. As usual, they're doing deep dives, answering questions, having sales, prizes, and tracking towards their stretch goals. And, as they say, in honor of the wyverns going live, the theme is going to be dragons. And The schedule is as normal. Introductions at 3. There's a deep dive on player-made dungeons. That's going to be interesting. Q&A session, another deep dive on seasonal content, Q&As, and the ending announcements. And, of course, the stretch goals, which are dragon-themed. Okay. And these are the stretch goals for this month. For $10,000, there's a dragon egg decoration. For $25,000, a breathe fire spiral, and we are getting close to that one already. For $35,000, there's dragon skin rugs. For $50,000, a dragon dungeon entrance pattern. Very nice. $65,000, a dragon bow and a dragon plate helm. I've just talked about all these bows and which one am I going to use?
Yeah, you're going to have to get busy crafting some good bows to switch back and forth between.
Well, that's right. I'll spend half an hour before I go out adventuring deciding on which bow to wear. Honestly, it'll be just like the ladies, won't it? Okay, for $80,000, a dragon sword and a dragon polearm. $90,000, a dragon mask set with smoke effects. Ooh, nice. And for $100,000, there will be a unique dungeon dragon encounter room. So yeah, if you've got your own dungeon that you've built, you can have a nice little encounter with a dragon, all on your own. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'd die very quickly. All right, now stretch goal rewards take time to develop. Will most likely not be available until release 61 at the earliest. We'll keep you updated. Okay, and of course, as usual, there will be 12 hours of sales from midday to midnight, and various categories will be on sale at about 20% off, including bundles: Viking, Obsidian, Kobold, Elven, Shogun, Make a Difference bundles, all of those bundles. Home decorations, outdoor decorations, any lot deeds you want or upgrades, homes, basements, pets and music. Emotes, fireworks, dyes, patterns. Yes, that's the crazy cat.
There you go again.
I know. Emotes and
Just good
fireworks.
timing, what that is.
Yeah, dyes and patterns. Okay. And now I've lost the page. Alrighty, hang on a second. I will get right back to it. Here we are. Right. Okay. And as usual, we'll be answering questions during the live stream. So submit them in the comments section and watch for the updates. Okay, now, next item. There's a fourth quarter update. This is exciting. This is information telling us what they're going to be doing during the fourth quarter. Well, as 2018 comes to a close, they can reflect on what an amazing year it's been. Moved out of early access in March. The collector's boxes shipped in quarter 3. A lot of people have got them already. And yeah, I got mine. It was an awesome thing to see them coming. They are beautiful, I'll have to say that. So as we've finished our Kickstarter promises, been able to focus on polish and serious improvements to quality of life. It's going to be amazing with player-made dungeons, fishing phase 2, seasonal content, and more polish. Alrighty. Now, fourth quarter, it's just a warm-up for 2019. It's going to be an amazing year. Crafting specializations. Okay, that's going to be interesting. You can choose your effects. So you can specialize in a particular area of crafting by the look of it. So Grandmaster Craftsman only effect, more loot improvements. I like that. That's good. I do hope they do something about or get rid of all the rubbish loot that we're getting these days.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not quite sure what to do with
at least make it all salvageable, the scraps at least.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I know they've done that with a couple of items, but I think the majority still you can't do much with.
Yes, yeah, I've got a whole chest at home full of all this junk. And yeah, I'm absolutely not sure what to do with it. But there's more expansions to fishing, better boss fights. Oh, great. And more. Yeah, I went back out to Deep Ravenswood the other day because it's a wonderful place and you can get heaps of XP there, only to find that just over the top of the hill they've added a new lich with about 20,000 or so hit points. And he killed me very quickly. So I didn't like that. All right, and 2019, of course, will culminate with episode 2. So episode 2 at the end of next year. That's awesome. Okay, new story, new lands, a revamp of the quest and journal system, a theatre system, nice. Treasure hunting with treasure maps that show up as loot, that'll be nice. I think a lot of people will like that. Item affinity, taming system expansions, there's customizable NPCs, and expanded permissions for containers and doors. So they will be publishing quarterly schedule updates detailing monthly releases, and these will continue just as before on the last Thursday of each month. So yeah, the goals can change a little bit as they react to feedback, but they will provide us with this updated roadmap periodically and regularly. So their priority is to deliver new content to the players regularly so that you can give us feedback that will help us iteratively improve Shroud of the Avatar. This collaborative process continues to benefit the game, and it often results in sweeping changes, such as the recent balance passes to combat. And now some people love it, some people hate it, but apparently combat is becoming much more balanced, and everybody gets a theoretically equal chance to be adequate, be competent, and to kill each other. All right. And as you've seen already, this flexibility does mean that we sometimes push things out, but often pull new things in. All right, so there are top 10 priorities for quarter 4. They keep a running list of them, and this is how they decide what to do. It has a very strong influence on what we work on at a given time. Doesn't mean we only work on stuff that's in the list. It just means that if someone can assist with something that'll help on that list, well, they do that first before working on anything else. And sometimes, well, you can't, so they go and work on something else like visual polish or combat balance or fundraising or stuff like that. Right, quarter 4 is going to focus on lots of polish, including systems, user interface, bug fixing, loot, performance, new user experience, as well as continued improvements to quality of life. Also fishing, seasonal content for Halloween and winter, and adding the new player-made dungeon feature. So the features in order: quality of life. Midway through quarter 3, shifted focus to general improvements to quality of life by starting to remove slowdowns and annoyances in gameplay. And remember, they introduced the sieges. You can bypass the siege now if you want to.
Correct, yeah.
Which makes it a lot faster and a lot more pleasant. If you still want to go and farm a siege, that's great. But if you want to just bypass it, that's the option. Systems polish, that's going to take priority over any new systems in quarter 4. Bug fixing, heaps of them. Performance, yep, that's much more playable now, but there's still more to be gained. So they're going to keep going. User interface polish happened in Q3. It's going to happen some more in Q4. Seasonal content, they will be supporting Halloween and Christmas items. The new user experience, revisiting the starting areas and the new user experience to adjust balance, to fix bugs, and generally improve the overall experience for new users. It will make it a lot easier and a lot nicer, a lot more intuitive to get into the game. Also updating the website. That's probably a good idea, actually. Okay, now there's an improved reward cycle. As they mentioned briefly, yes, a systemic and game-wide upgrade to the quality and quantity of loot. That'll be very welcome by a lot of people. It's a bit disheartening if you spend 10 or 15 minutes or more trying to kill one of these bosses, like one of the Kabbalists. You end up with a black pearl and 20 gold.
Exactly. It's like,
yeah. Why did I bother?
Where's my, reward? Sure,
that's
it's a
right.
stereotype, but it's a stereotype for a reason.
Yes, that's right. I mean, you would like an artifact or a rare or something really valuable after going to that much effort.
It comes down to where's my motivation.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I wasted half my arrows. I drank half a dozen or 10 healing potions, faced death 10 times, and I got 3 black pearls out of it. Yeah, so that'd be great if they do that. Fishing and player-made dungeons. Right, fishing phase 2 will go live. A lot of people, including Winfield, will be ecstatic about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that quite a bit.
Yeah, there's new water types, including lava, as they said last week. That'll be fun to go fishing in lava. Just don't fall in. New fish, more skills, and the player-made dungeons feature. And shipping phase 2, all of the collector's boxes that didn't make it to phase 1 for a multitude of reasons, they'll be going out in phase 2. And not only that, retail boxes will be available on Amazon, along with a limited run of signed retail versions on the website. Okay. All dates, durations, and deliverables are subject to change, of course, as we adjust the designs based on direct feedback from you, our players. So, release 59, this is coming out at the end of October. And there's a bit of story here. Each harvest season, Novians warn their children not to go into the fields at night because of Pumpkinhead. Okay. Yeah, he looks a bit scary. Very nice. The starting areas will be improved with the addition of a new tutorial-focused area on the Isle of Storms. So that's good. And performance work, yes, improving frame rate, reducing hitching, load time reductions, good. Bug fixing, yeah, a general sweep through all systems. Crafting and economy, as they said, expanded different water types, more fish, more loot, other improvements. There's player-made dungeons, as they mentioned, expanding and iterating on this system. And blueprints and recipes can be found in loot. They can be purchased from in-game merchants or purchased from the store and then used to craft the various dungeon pieces. So, yeah, a lot of people are going to be making dungeons, I think. And updates to dynamic player-owned towns. So that's what's happening in Release 59. Release 60 in November 15. Again, performance work, frame rate, reducing hitching, load times, all continuing to work. Bug fixing, again. Crafting and economy, again. Fishing system. Increasing the salvage rate for in-game patterns. I tell you what, isn't it discouraging when you break stuff down and you hardly get anything out of it? I think if you're breaking down elven longbows looking for bowstrings, the salvage rate's about 5%.
Right.
Yeah. So that would be nice. And there's systemic and game-wide updates to the quality and quantity of loot. Again, player towns and housing, adjusting them, and live stream and seasonal content. That's coming in November. And release 61 December 13. There's another story. Okay, have you been naughty or nice? The Krampus doesn't care. He and his captured minions will eat you either way. That sounds a bit threatening, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Performance work, again, frame rate, hitching, and reducing load times. They're continuing work on that, as with bug fixing. Now, this is a nice item, crafting and economy. The backslot items, like cloaks and wings and backpats, they will be able to have stats and enchantments and masterworks.
That's nice.
That will be nice. I just had a brainstorm the other day thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I could enchant a cloak and get some stats on that? I tried a player-made cloak, and of course you couldn't. But as of release 61, you can. So make yourself a cloak and masterwork and enchant the hell out of it. And yeah, I think we're going to see some pretty serious characters walking around. Right, player-made dungeons, more features and content added to them. Again, updates to the player-owned towns, live stream and seasonal content, more 2018 winter items. And in closing, he says, we continue to be incredibly thankful for the support we receive from this amazing community. While the financial support you provide makes all of this possible, it pales in comparison with the faith you have in us, the feedback you provide us, and the content you are making for everyone to enjoy. We are humbly grateful, and we are always excited to see you each month in New Britannia. And remember, Q4 is just a warm-up for 2019, which will be an amazing year for Shroud of the Avatar players. Again, crafting specializations, Grandmaster Craftsman-only effects, more loot improvements, more expansions to the fishing system, better boss fights, and more. And, of course, as I've just mentioned, it will culminate with Episode 2. It's got a new story, new lands, revamp of the quest and journal system, a theatre system, treasure hunting with treasure maps, item affinity, taming system expansions, NPCs, and expanded permissions for containers and doors. So I know there are a lot of people out there, and there are the disaffected people on Steam forums, on Reddit forums, and places who seem to take eternal delight in bagging the game and saying how badly it's doing and saying it's never going to survive, its days are numbered. I think that's a load of rubbish. I think this game is going to do well. And they obviously have good long-term plans and will be around for quite a few years yet. Okay, the next item. For a limited time, you can get a signed box edition. Now this, okay, while it's technically not the collector's edition, it's just the same otherwise, pretty much. Beautiful box. And it has Lord British's moniker scrawled on the front of it. So that makes it pretty valuable in itself. So for those of you who missed the opportunity to purchase the collector's boxed edition during the Kickstarter, you'll be able to purchase the retail boxed edition from Amazon very soon. And for a limited time, there's offering a signed version of the retail box edition if you purchase it directly from the website. It includes, well, the game box signed by Lord British, a game manual, the DVD in the case, a runic translation card, which I can tell you already is coming in very handy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, an Ankh trinket and a cloth map. The cloth map is beautiful, by the way. And the digital items, you get the digital download of the game, 30 bank slots, 1 gold crown. You can pick 1 obsidian potion, and the digital download of episode 2. So you get full game access to episode 2 when it's released. You buy this and you've got both episode 1 and 2. That's great. You get an exclusive title. They call you a visionary, and an exclusive emote, which they will create in the future. I'm not sure what it is yet. And as they said, early access to episode 2 content. Very nice. So that is definitely worth getting. All right, next item. The UO Ultima Online 20th Anniversary GDC Postmortem. And there's a video there. Earlier this year, Stile and Richard Garriott joined Ralph Costa and Rich Vogel, otherwise known as Designer Dragon and Dupre, at the annual Game Developers Conference to give the Ultima Online 20th Anniversary Postmortem. This week, GDC was kind enough to post the talk to the free section of their vault on the 21st anniversary. So you can check out Stile, Ralph Costa, Richard Garriott, and Richard Vogel sharing the beginnings of the online gaming industry. And in the newsletter, there is a link to that video. Have a look at it. It's going to be a classic. Brilliant. Okay, and the live stream they had last week on Player Made Books has made it to YouTube. They had a wonderful live stream about Player Made Books. As they mentioned, as you will have known if you've been following along, it was going to be published the week before that, but of course they had an internet outage at the office, which is incredibly embarrassing. So they did it the next week. Showed us how to make and publish a player-made book, as well as how to make copies of it using the printing press. And it is amazing what you can do. It really is. You can just write a simple letter to somebody, you can make a whole book, and you can print off copy after copy using the printing press. They showed off other player customized writing items, uses for them like notes with mail, bulletin boards with flyers, and more. And yes, we've made use of that already. You see bulletin boards with little notes pinned up to them. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And it is now on YouTube. There is the link to that there in the newsletter, in the news release. And there it is. So have a look at that. Catch up with all the great news. All right, next item. The rewards program, which we mention each week. It is the best idea if you want to support Shroud on a regular basis. As you know, if you participate in the stretch goals program, even $5 of new money will get you all the rewards. And if you forget to do that, you get no rewards. So that sucks. So if you want to contribute $9 a month, get into this rewards program that guarantees you entry to this, the rewards, and you get all of the stretch goals as and when they're released. And so what do you get for your $9? You get 9 gold crowns of the obsidians every month. And that's good value because that's about what they're worth. You automatically participate in these live stream rewards, as I said. You get an exclusive title every month. If you've been in it for 3 months, you can call yourself a Keeper of the Faith. Or for 6 months, a Keeper of the Word. For 9 months, a Keeper of the Vow. And for 12 months, a Keeper of the Flame. Any die pack you can pick every 6 months. And you can pick 3 obsidian potions every month. And they are fantastic. So I thoroughly recommend that. I would encourage everybody to get into it. It's a great way to support the game and to support yourself at the same time. So everybody wins. Perfect. All right, there is a weekend flash sale. And this week it's weapons. Well, as they say, Sorry, say again?
Grab that bow while you want it.
That's a very good idea. I think I'll have to do that. Yes, they added 9 weapons to the add-on store. So they're celebrating. And so the weekend flash sale, all weapons are on sale for 20% off. And trust me, looking down the list, there's an awful lot of weapons. So, yeah, oh, yes, I see what you're saying. There's a Royal Elven Longbow, and there's a pattern pack for a Royal Elven Longbow. I'm seriously tempted. Okay. Yeah, everything. There's spears, bucklers, swords, chainsaws, and, yeah, maces, shields, pattern packs for just about everything. Anything you could ever want in the weapon line is available on the add-on store this week for 20% off. Great. Okay. Now, the upcoming events calendar. On September 27, there will be Release 58. September 28 is the weekly live stream. That's all about taming. October the 1st, Release 58 dance party. October the 4th is the Release 58 live stream. October 11 to 13 is SOTACon, getting close. October 25 is Release 59. November 2 is the Release 59 live stream. November 15, Release 60. November 30 is the Release 60 live stream. December 13, Release 61, a little bit earlier than usual because of the Christmas holidays. And either December 21 or January 4 is the Release 61 live stream. And as always, just visit the community calendar to see all sorts of great things that the community has. And there is a release events thread in the forum for anything else that's happening and doesn't quite make it to the community calendar. Excellent. And what have you there in your hand?
That's a bow. I like bows. So it's not strung right now.
Wow. Looks beautiful.
This is a Bear glass-powered grizzly. And let's see if I can remember where they printed that at. Yeah, here it is. Canada, 1953. Made out of Bear Archery Company in Grayling, Michigan. This is the bow I learned how to shoot on.
It's beautiful.
It's been passed down 3 generations of my family.
Is that a fact? Wow.
Yeah, passed around more than really passed down. My dad bought this in, he was stationed in Okinawa and with the military, actually, with Navy. And or I'm sorry, I said Navy, Marines. And he purchased this in Okinawa.
Nice. Beautiful. Very lovely. Well made. Okay, and there's a community event, a Release 58 dance party. It's from a foreign post by Elaine Dragonfire on Monday, October the 1st, from 3 to 6 p.m. Central at Club Chaotica in Immortal City. Okay, that's nested in Silverdale. So we have to find Silverdale first. And then Immortal City will be nested within that town. So once you find that, then you go up the hill through the gate, hang a left, and you will be at the party. And it features DJ Darkstar, so he'll be spinning the tunes for the Release 58 dance party. Very nice. And Darkstar posted to the Avatars Radio thread in the forums the list of tunes that he played during the Release 57 dance party. And wow.
Yep. Yeah. It took quite a bit of time to even put those together.
It would. Yeah. It would take a lot of time to put them together. And I really admire the DJs who run the radio, because just to prepare a set and line up all your songs, that would take quite a long time. And yeah, it looks like some really good tunes there. So I'm sure he's going to do an equally good job for Release 58. Fantastic. So if you can get there, by all means do it. And there is a community event, the Serpent's Watch Race Challenge. This is from a forum posted by Soul. It says, hear ye, all ye kings and queens, knights and nobles, citizens and peasants. Okay, I'll be one of the peasants. Wake Up New Britannia is proud to present the Serpent's Watch Race Challenge. Now, this Saturday morning, the 29th of September, remember that date, be there. Wake Up New Britannia will broadcast live from the Serpent's Watch racetrack from 7 a.m. Central. So why not join the morning crew trackside for all the thrills, spills, and prizes. Don't forget prizes that will be happening on the day. Tune into Radio Free Britannia on your in-game ether radio, or visit http://wrfb.rocks. Okay. Now, the particulars of the event. Well, the main event races will be timed at completing the course. And yeah, I've had a look at the forum thread. They've built an amazing course. It's stairs up and down and hedges and what looks like mazes and stuff. If you can get through there at all, you'll be doing well, I reckon. But they will award prizes. Now, the fastest time will get a magic mirror dungeon entrance plus a 75-point dungeon.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed. The second fastest will get an ancient tome dungeon entrance plus a 50-point dungeon. The third fastest time will get an ornate pipe organ. That's very nice too. Now, the Crapper Run, beautifully named, it's an all-in event. So competitors start as a group. The first across the line wins. So I guess there's no tripping of opponents allowed.
Right.
Right. Now, to read more info, to see a picture of the area, they have a link there to the forum post. So you can find it in the forum. And, hey, give it a go. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun and very worthwhile prizes. Right. And there's another community event, Dance Along the River. This is a forum post by Shadowleaf. Everyone is enthusiastically invited to Dance Along the River on September 29th from 4 to 8 p.m. New Britannian time, located in the town of Arcadia. Their music will be provided by Avatars Radio, DJ Mick Foley, 4 to 6 p.m. New Britannian time, and also by DJ Sister Love, Fiona and Wildman, from 6 to 8 p.m. New Britannian time. Okay, so you're asking me now, where is Arcadia? Well, it's just outside Xenos on the continent of Elysium. So as you exit your boat on the dock, just travel west to the old clock tower entrance of the Riverwalk, and that's where it is. So if you can get to Xenos, you'll be able to get to Arcadia very easily. All right. The next item is from Merritt's these great people who provide us with all the lovely goodies just by walking around and basically doing nothing. The September sweepstakes, they have a sweepstakes every month, and for September, they're offering a Village Gothic Inn. Just in time for Halloween, of course. You can enter every day now. There's 2 days left in September. You could still get in. And it costs, 2,500 points, which you can earn easily just by walking around. So it costs you nothing. Enter the sweepstakes every day, and somebody is going to win a wonderful Gothic Village Inn. So why shouldn't it be you? Okay. And you can also enter to win a Relics by Rilled $50 gift card, Certicon tickets, and other prizes. And of course, you can use them for potions and emotes, which is what I do. So we get into it. They are great people. Now, they're still advertising this. Okay. It's dying very quickly. I'm forecasting it won't be in the newsletter next week, but still worth mentioning, they are offering a pair of tickets to Certicon 2018. The offer is and was, you could enter every day to the sweepstakes for a chance to win. Now, once a week, they were drawing a winner for a custom T-shirt during June, July, and August. Okay, that's well gone. All entries do count towards the grand prize, and the grand prize drawing will be in September, which is just about gone, but if you rush, you might get in and you might even win. So there's a pair of Certicon tickets on offer and a pair of custom T-shirts. So nothing to be sneezed at, especially if there's any chance in the world you could actually get there. That'd be great. Okay. And you can watch Lunch with Laz and Jack every day for additional entries, as well as winning a weekly prize of a custom T-shirt. Very nice. So well worth following. All right. The next item is a project to support Through the Moongate Kickstarter. I just heard about this on the forum this week, I think.
Yeah, I've supported this one.
Awesome. Now, it is a book by Andrea Contato, Through the Moongate, Richard Garriott, Origin, and Ultima. So, Richard Garriott, Origin Systems, and the legendary CRPG series Ultima are central to the history of video games. This is true. This is their story. Now, if you've played...
if you go out to the Kickstarter for this one, they got a list of names of people involved, people interviewed, that sort of thing. It's a pretty long list. It's not like just 3 or 4 people.
Fantastic. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. So if you've played any computer role-playing game, chances are Ultima played a part in its inspiration. This is undoubtedly true. Richard Garriott was the start of the CRPG industry. It was created by visionary Richard Garriott, produced by his company Origin Systems. Ultima is one of the most important and influential CRPG series in the world. Through the Moongate illuminates the path of the Ultima games history and the creative people behind this landmark series. It also covers some of Origin's other games, especially Wing Commander, and touches on several contemporary titles. Many of these tales have never before been told. And there's the link there. You can join the Kickstarter now if you want to help this project get started. Fantastic. That looks like a good project.
I'm looking forward to receiving my book.
Great. Excellent. And the next project to support is the King's Dinner at Certicon, which we've mentioned a couple of times. That looks really exciting. And honestly,
I've supported this one, but I'm not going. I just kind of chipped in a little bit. Hope people have a good time, but I would throw them a lot more money to stop showing me that food picture. Every time I see that, I just like, I'm like ready to go grab my wallet now and figure out where I can go buy near the house to get that. I just take that picture and say, this, please, just give me that. That's beautiful.
It looks absolutely awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah, we should have like a passcode, you know, when you support, if you're not going to be there, to just kind of put in, you know, on the website, and then everyone that's done that doesn't have to see the picture anymore.
Yes.
Pledge perk.
Yes. It's sort of like torture, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yes.
That's such a beautiful spread of food.
Absolutely is. So, look, just recapping very quickly, it's a spectacular event. You're going to dine with Lord British and Dark Star during SotaCon. It's not part of SotaCon. If you have a ticket to SotaCon, unless you have a VIP ticket, you're not going there automatically. But you can buy tickets. There's a link there where you can get cloaks and tickets and sponsorship. Anybody can attend. Developers, past developers, family, players, new players, guests, everybody's welcome. And yes, as you were just saying, Stile, oh yes, there's a...
They need to consider like a, you know, a level, like for an additional $50 if you can attend, package up 2 of each thing into a styrofoam container with some dry ice, ship it to you.
That would be, yes, absolutely. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's much else.
Yeah.
People will just start throwing their wallets at that.
Oh, they would. Yeah. There is that glorious picture that you just referred to. It's an all-you-can-eat barbecue dinner, medieval themed. And yeah, now that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? If they could package that up and forward it to you.
Yeah. For an extra whatever.
Yeah.
We'll throw it in a container with a piece of dry ice and send it to you.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, a bit of a long trip out to me, but
you know, they got to make it worth the shipping. You know, I'm thinking you got to throw a couple of each thing in there, and you know, you pay a little bit of a premium for the food, but make it worth that shipping cost, maybe.
Oh, I reckon absolutely. I'm going over to son and daughter-in-law's place this afternoon to watch the final of a football series. So now something like that would be beautiful.
There you go. You could bust that out and say, don't ask me what I paid for this meal. 5 times what we could have went out to get it for, but here it is.
That's right. Yeah. Now, do you reckon
I shouldn't complain. I yesterday, you know, I said I was out of town. I was actually in Chicago, and I ate Chicago stuffed crust pizza at 2 different places yesterday. So
yeah, wow, nice.
Lunch and dinner.
Wow. Good on you. Yeah. I wonder if I rang up now, they could get it out to me in the next hour and a half. What do you reckon?
Right.
Yes. It looks beautiful. And okay, they got, you know, Lord British, Starlong, David Watson, Scotty Jones, Stephen Daniele, they'll all be there at this County Line restaurant. Yeah,
it's great guys. I mean, you'll have a fun time hanging out with them and chatting.
You will. And as you've mentioned, Stile, if you can't attend but you want to support it, you can contribute, you can sponsor, and depending on your level of sponsorship, you'll get a special thanks. You'll get your name in the program, in the menu. You could get your town, your website, your company mentioned in the program. There's all sorts of opportunities there. So there are links there. Get into it. Be there if you can. But even if you can't, you may want to support it, because it's going to be a fantastic event. And of course, just to lay it on thick to make us all envious, after dinner, people are going to go to the Barons Men theatrical production of Shakespeare's Henry IV, Part 1 at Richard Garriott's Curtain Theatre. And yeah, it's going to be great.
You know, and if I had to guess, I'm looking there, and it says that the theater events at 7:30 p.m. with the play starting at 8. I'm guessing everyone will be out of there by about 10:30. I almost guarantee you'll be a lot of different groups breaking up at that point. Sure, you'll have some people wanting to go to sleep somewhere, but I bet you a lot of groups get together to go out to some different bars or whatever and hang out. Have another meal after the play, sort of thing, and a couple of drinks and chit chat. So
Sure.
I had to guess that will happen, and the event will not end at the theater.
Yes.
If you needed any enticement.
There could be a bit of ongoing fun. That's right.
There's usually some after rabble. There's almost always some people that want to stay out late. So
that'll be great. Good on them.
Theater's a fantastic theater. Whoever gets to go to that will have a good time.
Yeah. Okay, and finally, we got resources, players helping players. The new player welcome forum, player created resources forum. There are a couple of links there in the newsletter. All the new players who are coming into the game, honestly, welcome to the game. It is a wonderful game. It offers so much, but sometimes it's a little confusing, and sometimes it's a bit difficult to know what to do next and what's the best way to build a deck even. And there are so many player-created resources here to help you. And just bear in mind, it's an evolving thing. You do what's right for you, what's right for your character, and you might try something, and then later on down the track, you think, no, that's not working, I'll try something else. And I mean, just personally, I've actually gone back to a locked deck recently. And I've been trying that out. It seems to be working okay because, as you know, you can just hold down the glyph and charge it up. And I set a personal record last night. I was wandering around the crags, foothills, saw one of these elven guys off in the distance, just held down the aimed shot glyph, sent a 6 stack after him, and did 611 critical hit.
Very nice.
I'd never done that before. So, and of course he didn't have 611 health, so he was dead straight away.
I do a bit of a combination between locked and unlocked.
Yes, yeah, I think most people do, and really it depends on your play style and what you find works for you. That's great. Okay, and there's a community resources page for a complete listing of everything community. And there we are. That's the end of the news.
All right, so I have to come up with the show and tell item then.
Good stuff.
Before I came down, I can't always bust out really cool shields this large painted by Indy Martin, which, by the way, those are still for sale. I haven't, since I was sick there, I haven't really done the next stage of my marathon, though. I haven't gotten. I mentioned actually yesterday I got to meet up with Rustic Dragon. He's a friend of mine, but him and relates to him. If you remember right, Asclepius, I think you were in the community back then, or short enough after enough, you're familiar with the fact that he ran a telethon, actually the first telethon that was run for Shroud of the Avatar.
Yep.
Which I'm sure a lot of the format and things they're doing even still today for some of the Shroud of the Avatar telethons came from some of the ideas he put together and stuff, because he did get hired by Portalarium. But the first prize of that telethon was this. It was based on getting the most referrals. I did end up winning the contest, and I picked this up from him in person at the first Hobloth he ran.
Yes.
And what this is it's an Ultima 4.
Oh, yes.
Okay, but it's got one varying difference here. It says Creative Services Ultima 4, please return complete. And if you open it up, everything has that sticker on it. Creative Services Ultima 4, please return complete. Even the manuals, the map, which I actually have upstairs. It's not in this box, but I do have the map, and it has the same sticker on it and all that. And what that is Origin when the company, you know, Richard Garriott owned Origins, and you had the Origin company and everything, there was the Origin library. And in the Origin library was one copy of every game that they own or that they had published, produced, and everything was labeled with the sticker. And it was so that employees that were coding games, you know, maybe you're making Ultima 7, you could say, oh, man, you know, I need to know something that took place in Ultima 4, or I want to do a little homework and play Ultima 5. You could go to the library, excuse me, and you could check out the game, you take it home with you, and you had to bring it back and put it in.
Yep.
There was only one of each ever throughout history. So this was actually donated by the Origin Museums to Rustic Dragon for purposes of being the first prize of the telethon. And then
and you've got it.
And I've got it. I won that. And then the follow-up on that was Rustic Dragon. Then later, after that telethon, Cooked did the first Lord of the cooking for the first Lord of the Manor dinner at Richard Garriott's. He came in, he made all the food, prepared it in the kitchen, and all that sort of thing. And we had already agreed for him not to send this to me, but I asked him to take it with him and get it autographed. So he took it when he cooked at the first Lord of the Manor dinner, and at the end of the night, he had Richard sign that, or Lord British sign that. And he even took a photo for me of Richard at the table. I have it up on my computer, autographing it. So I have a picture of him autographing this to kind of go along with it, sort of thing.
Nice.
But so that, of course, for people who don't know, in Shroud of the Avatar, there is it's a pretty rare item, but if you ever get your hands on one or come across one, is the Hearth of Britannia cabinet. And what that was is if you had $25 during Rustic Telethon, you got that item in Shroud of the Avatar as long as they hit a goal. So that exists in the game, and the origin of that item was from him running the telethon. So kind of ties that all in together and everything. And, no, it kind of, I almost in a way feel like I cheated on this. I didn't. But, you know, you won it by having the most referrals. And I had a lot of legitimate referrals because ahead of time, you know, people knew the telethon was coming and he was doing all that, and there was going to be prizes and all that. So I had a lot of people that were going to get accounts. And I said, well, wait till the telethon. So I get those bonuses. Well, the people that were my referrals, well, I had my dad. He was going to play. My mom, my wife, my daughter, another friend, and I'm sure there were some others. But out of all those people, the only one that actually ended up deciding to play the game was one of my friends, and he hasn't played it that much. So in a way, I almost feel like I cheated because I got all these great referrals. They had all these intentions, but each person
didn't carry through
or another never really got into the game. My dad had a lot of life stuff come up. He really hasn't gamed at all since, but he used to be an avid gamer. My mom was retiring, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to need something to do with my time." But right as she started to go into retirement, her parents ended up going to the nursing homes and so forth, and she's been taking care of them since then. Well, her dad passed away, but she's still taking care of her mom even today. You know, my daughter got really, really involved with certain school things and just hardly ever games anymore. But so for one reason or another, each person that was a legitimate referral kind of fell off after that. So I almost feel like I cheated because I never got that lasting subscription that I kind of felt it was about. But still, it was cool.
Yeah. You can't guarantee that sort of thing.
No.
You really
I also, because of those referrals, I ended up winning the runner-up contest for that Portalarium in Redden also.
Oh, great. That's awesome. Well done.
Like I said, I had a few others, and actually I've brought a couple people into the game since then, too.
Excellent. Oh, that's really good.
So that's a cool item that's
a lovely item.
Probably in my collection. So that's my show and tell.
Fantastic.
You know, everyone out there will have to forgive me. Those that don't know, you should, because I haven't been on the show in the last 2 weeks, but I've been sick. So. Yeah,
I know. And it's good to see you fighting your way back. That's fantastic.
I actually haven't felt that bad. It's just been more sort of thing. Can't really talk much. And sure. I was going to go in for Monday. I had decided I was going to go to the ER emergency clinic at like 4 in the morning, so I wouldn't have to deal with a doctor appointment or a wait line, just get some medicine to knock it out. And I woke up and said, huh, it's 90% clear. Maybe I'll hold off on that appointment. And yeah, it's at the end of running out, but I still get a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know.
So that's all I had.
All right.
I'm going to give it a wrap and get to work.
Okay, well, I'll take us out. The wonderful background music for the podcast is by Stephen J. Goldman. The song is entitled Dark Planet. And also thanks to Sir Stile Teckel for the technical work on the newscast. Thanks to Amber Rain for broadcasting the newscast on Avatar's Radio. Don't forget, Avatar's Radio needs your support to keep the magic of this podcast, events, and music going. Visit their page at avatarsradio.info and click on the Patreon link. So this is Asclepius and
Sir Stile Teckel
signing off till next week with Echoes from the Caverns.
Okay, and we are still live on the Hangout. That ends the recording for the podcast. And I'm going to come over here and stop the broadcast. Goodbye, everyone, if you watched us, or as I'm sure I know we have viewers that watch us after the fact. So
terrific. Farewell, everybody. Have a good week.